Before we dive in, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. Trust me, you don't want to miss what I'm about to show you. Today, I've got something in my hand that most people walk past every day without a second thought. But for the right person, this little piece of metal could mean a lifetime story and, believe it or not, a number that will make you sit up straight. This is a coin. Not just any coin, but a 2-cent piece from South Africa, dated 1988. At first glance, it might seem small, even insignificant. After all, 2 cents doesn't buy you much today, and even then, it feels almost like pocket change. But coins like this carry secrets. They carry history, craftsmanship, and yes, a value that can surprise even seasoned collectors. Let's start with the design. The obverse features the face of Nelson Mandela. No, wait actually, in 1988, it's the pre-democracy era, so the coin carries symbols of a nation in transition. The emblematic springbok on the reverse, a creature synonymous with South African pride, speed, and resilience. Every line, every curve, even the tiniest detail on the coin is a reflection of the country's story at that moment in time. It's a story that connects to a generation who remembers the late 80s, an era of global shifts, economic challenges, and cultural moments that still resonate today. Now, I know what you're thinking. It's just 2 cents. How much can it possibly be worth? That's the beauty of coins. Value isn't just what's stamped on the surface. It's a combination of rarity, condition, and the narrative attached to it. A coin might look ordinary, but in the hands of someone who knows its secrets, it transforms from everyday currency into a treasure. Here's something fascinating about the 1988 2-cent South African coin. The minting numbers were relatively limited compared to previous years, which means fewer exist in pristine condition today. And let me tell you, collectors pay attention to that. They look at the luster, the edges, the clarity of the imagery, and even subtle differences in mint marks. These tiny details can mean the difference between a few dollars and something exponentially higher. If you grew up in the 50s, 60s, or 70s, you might remember holding coins like this in your hand. You felt the metal, you smelled the history, and you probably didn't think twice about it. Today, that same coin could tell a story to someone thousands of miles away, someone who sees it not as 2 cents, but as a key piece of history that they simply have to own. There's a certain pride in holding something that has survived decades, that connects generations, that whispers secrets of a time long gone. The fascinating part about numismatics, the study and collection of coins, is how it appeals to our sense of curiosity and history. Every coin has a tale. Some were minted during political upheavals, some commemorate a historic moment, and some simply capture the artistry of a nation. And for collectors in the 55 to 65 age group, many of whom grew up with coins in their pockets, there's a nostalgia that's hard to quantify. It's not just money, it's memory. You might be surprised at how passionate coin collectors can get. Some will travel the world to acquire a piece, and some will spend years searching for a coin in mint condition, the kind that almost seems to shine with its own light. And the 2-cent coin from South Africa? It ticks all the boxes for a collector. It's rare, it's historic, and it carries a story that resonates with anyone who values heritage and legacy. Now let's talk numbers, but not just the boring numbers you see stamped on the coin. I'm talking about real, tangible value. Coins like this don't just sit in drawers, they circulate, they appreciate, and for the right collector, they represent more than currency, they represent opportunity. Over the decades, some coins that seemed insignificant in their everyday transactions have skyrocketed in value, especially if they were kept in near-perfect condition. And here's the kicker. Many people underestimate how valuable these coins can be because they assume it's just a small denomination. But if you've ever seen a collector's auction, you know that it's not the face value that matters, it's the rarity, the condition, and the story. And this 1988 2-cent coin? It's one of those rare gems. Even a coin that would have cost less than a cup of coffee back in the day could now be worth, well, brace yourself, up to $2 million. Yes, you heard that right. $2 million. Imagine holding something in your hand today that, at one point, might have seemed completely ordinary. and realizing it's worth a small fortune. That's the magic of collecting and the magic of history meeting opportunity. And it's not just about the money, it's about connecting to the past, feeling a sense of pride in your heritage, and knowing that you own a piece of a story that's larger than yourself. So, what should you do if you happen to stumble upon a coin like this? Handle it with care, appreciate its history, and most importantly, don't underestimate its value. Many people have missed out on fortunes simply because they didn't recognize the significance of what they held. And for those of you watching right now, think of this as a gentle nudge. Sometimes the most ordinary things in life can turn out to be extraordinary if you know where to look and how to appreciate them. This coin is more than metal. It's a bridge to the past, a lesson in patience, and a reminder that value is not always obvious at first glance. Whether you're a collector, a history enthusiast, or someone who enjoys a good story, there's something undeniably magnetic about holding a piece of history in your hand. And for men in the 55 to 65 age range, many of whom remember handling similar coins decades ago, the experience can be both nostalgic and exhilarating. By the time you finish this video, I want you to remember one thing. History matters. Value matters. And the ordinary can become extraordinary. That's the story this coin tells. And now, after all this anticipation, here's the moment you've been waiting for. The 1988 South African 2-cent coin, if kept in pristine condition, can reach a value of $2 million in the collector's market. $2 million. For 2 cents. So, the next time you pick up a coin, don't just see the metal, see the story, the rarity, and the possibility. And if you enjoyed uncovering this secret with me, make sure you subscribe because there's so much more waiting just around the corner. Stories that connect us to history, to opportunity, and to moments that could change the way you see everyday things forever. Before we dive into something truly fascinating, make sure you hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss a treasure from the past that could change your perspective and maybe even your pocket. Now, let me take you back to a time when South Africa was not just a country on the map, but a place where history, politics, and everyday life intertwined in the coins that passed through every hand. I want you to imagine yourself holding a small piece of that history today, a coin that may have seemed ordinary at the time, yet now whispers stories of the past. The coin I'm talking about is the 2 cents from 1982, during the era of P.W. Forster. For those of you who lived through the 70s and 80s, the name Forster might immediately bring back a flood of memories. He was a towering figure in South African politics, a man whose decisions shaped the lives of millions. But this coin, small and unassuming, carries his name into your hand in a way that's both tangible and timeless. Now, think back to the days when coins were more than just currency. They were symbols, collectibles, sometimes even conversation starters. You might remember the feel of coins in your pocket, the sound of them clinking in jars on the dresser, or the excitement of checking your change after a trip to the corner store. Coins like this connected generations, passing from hand to hand, and in doing so, they carried stories, quiet stories of daily life, of the people who used them, and of the times they lived in. The 2-cent coin from 1982 is particularly interesting for several reasons. First, its design is simple, yet striking. The obverse features the image of a symbolic figure that resonates with South Africa's identity at the time, while the reverse proudly displays its denomination in bold, clear numerals. But beyond the design, there's something about the feel of the coin. Hold it, and you can almost sense the craftsmanship, the intention, the purpose behind its creation. It's not just a piece of metal, it's a connection to a specific moment in history. Many collectors, especially those in your age group, find a profound sense of nostalgia in coins like this. It's not just about the potential value, though that's certainly compelling. It's about remembering the way life was, the stories we heard, and the way the world looked through our younger eyes. There's a certain charm in knowing that a small coin, barely noticeable in your pocket at the time, could become a doorway to memories decades later. But here's where it gets really interesting. Unlike many coins that get mass-produced and forgotten, the 1982 2-cent coin carries an additional layer of rarity. Coins from this era, particularly those in excellent condition, are harder to find today. People held on to them, tucked them away, and now they're starting to resurface, often in surprising places. You might stumble upon one in a drawer, a dusty collection, or even among your old change from the 80s. And when you do, that moment is something special, a bridge between the past and the present. And let's not forget the historical significance. During Forster's tenure, South Africa was navigating turbulent times. Every coin minted wasn't just currency, it was a reflection of national identity, political sentiment, and economic reality. The 1982 2 cents is a tangible piece of that story. It's more than metal, it's a witness to history. Imagine holding it in your hand, knowing that it has traveled through decades of change, witnessing the world transform around it. Collectors around the world know that coins like this one are worth paying attention to. They're not just for hobbyists. They're for anyone who appreciates history in a form you can touch. And if you've been watching this, you know there's something deeply satisfying about holding a relic of the past and imagining the hands it passed through before reaching yours. It's a quiet thrill, a connection to something larger than yourself. Now, I want you to picture the excitement of discovering one of these coins in your own collection, or even stumbling upon it unexpectedly. Your heart might skip a beat as you hold it, turning it over, studying every detail. You think about where it's been, who's held it before you, and the small part of history you now hold in your hand. That's the magic of collecting coins like the 2 cents from 1982. And here's another layer to consider. Condition matters immensely. A coin that's been carefully preserved, that hasn't been worn down by decades of handling, is not only more aesthetically pleasing, it's more valuable. Even small scratches or marks can affect its standing among collectors. But a well-preserved 1982 2 cents? That's where things get truly exciting. You see, this isn't just about owning a piece of metal. It's about pride, nostalgia, and connection. It's about telling your friends I have something that's lasted through time, something that witnessed history firsthand. And for many men in our age group, there's a satisfaction in knowing that a small coin can hold a story worth more than gold. Even if it looks modest at first glance. So, after walking through its history, its meaning, and its connection to our lives, let's come to the moment you've been waiting for. The 1982 2 cents coin, in pristine condition, has become quite a sought-after collectible. People who understand the significance of its era, who appreciate both history and craftsmanship, recognize that this coin is more than just change. It's a rare gem that has been quietly increasing in value over the decades. And here's the exciting part. The estimated market value for a 2 cents 1982 Forster coin in excellent condition can reach levels that might surprise you. Collectors are willing to pay a premium for coins in near-perfect condition, and some of these rare finds are currently valued in the hundreds of dollars range, with exceptional examples commanding even higher sums. It's a remarkable reminder that even something small, seemingly insignificant at first, can carry a legacy and a value that grows over time. The next time you come across an old coin from your past, pause and look at it closely. Think about its journey, the hands it has passed through, and the history it represents. Because sometimes, the treasures of the past are quietly waiting to be discovered, ready to remind us that history isn't just in books. It's in our pockets, our drawers, and the memories we hold on to. And that's the story of the 1982 2 cents from South Africa. A coin that's small in size but enormous in significance, a piece of history that connects us to a bygone era. And yes, a collectible that can carry serious value for those who understand its worth. Remember, if you enjoyed this journey into history, hit that subscribe button so you never miss another fascinating story that could change the way you see the world, or even the treasures in your own home.